Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm going to put this video on here, that's why I'm driving, so I can get it done. So when I get stopped today, I can work on the other one. I know it's like the best part of it is I guess we never run out of things to share with each other and talk to each other about. But I believe this one is very important also. Just about, That to make your hair turn gray. I thought this semi-truck was just about to take the whole front of my truck out. Holy moly. Well, thank you, Lord, for that. Anyways, here we go. Fear. I believe this is a time to speak about fear even more. I mean, we talk about it a lot through the videos, and I'm going, like I said, also on this, I said Wednesday I would speak of something, and I'm going to speak at the end of this video. No, it's not to keep you on the video. I'm not on here to, if you go back to the beginning when people were saying the videos were too long, or numbers or you can go anywhere. You're free to go to any channel you want. You're free to go watch any videos you want. But all I say is test the spirit. Test the spirit to make sure it matches the Bible. Because we got too many people out there. I notice it's like a downhill spiral effect. When you have one child that does a near-death experience about seeing heaven, we go back to way back, I think it was 2000. 17, 18, who knows. But anyways, the heaven's for real. Look how many effects that we have. And I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying it's not true at all. But what I'm saying is I had a lot of respect, but I kind of looked at the pastor going, in the movie, the whole way through the movie, I'm going, man, if this doesn't explain to us the Left Behind series when the pastor's standing there going, the only difference is they believed and I did not. Here's what I don't understand. People claim that God is giving them and called them into, the ministry to teach us. Okay. It's a pastor's job, basically, is to present the word. Put the word out there for us to understand it. If we have questions, go up and ask. I'm not saying your pastor is going to know every single answer. He may actually have to look into it. And it's okay. But it's not okay if they're never to get back to you. That's not okay. Or they may give you an example of something that it just doesn't sit right with you. Your spirit, the Holy Spirit that dwells in you, which is the Spirit of God and the Spirit of Jesus. It will give you discernment. It's like Jiminy Little Cricket sits up on his shoulder. No, Pinocchio, don't go do that. Well, we go off and do it, and then there's consequences. So, where's the right, where's the wrong? Well, we know right and wrong. What does this have to do with fear? Glad you asked, because I'm about to take you down this journey. My seatbelt's on. I'm ready for the roller coaster to start taking off. I actually like that roller coaster idea because it's life. It's life what we deal with. If you have children, especially these days, man, extra prayers to you. Because it is just, the devil is just increasing. But it doesn't let you off the hook. It doesn't let you off the hook because we're still responsible for them. Once they go, I'm leaving, that's it, I'm done, I'm going out of here. Doesn't mean we're done being a parent. It means we just pray even harder. Now, I know the Bible, some people have brought up, what am I supposed to do with this situation? And I'm like, and that's all they sent me. Well, we can do a lot with it. We can pray on it. We can not do it. We can do it. I have no idea. You're missing I'm missing, it's like playing Clue without any of the characters, and all we have is a room and a weapon. Who did it? Who knows? There's no information. All we know is it was done in this room and this weapon. Well, we know the devil has the weapons. We know he has the ability. We know he knows the word. So why do you not think we're going to be deceived? You know, the problem is, it's one of those days. My nose, I feel like I got to crack it, but it's so knowing there's some military guys and women on here. So you're going to relate to this part. Say you just joined the branch of service. And by the way, if there is any Vietnam veterans if you have in your family, I just want to say this. And I'm not saying it's not for if you're active or you just got out of the military. I'm going to also include you in this. But if you have a Vietnam person in your life, or you come across a Vietnam veteran that's wearing the hat, walk up to him, or in your family, especially for me, if you got a family member that's a Vietnam vet, please walk up to them and tell them my name. Tell them, welcome home. You veterans that just got out of the military, or you're just getting out of the military, that you might have been out for a while, welcome home. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for going to serve an ungrateful country. Thank you for going and serving to protect us when you went into wars with garbage, pulling parts off of spare planes and at boneyards. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You put your life at risk. You slept with kind of like one eye open in certain places, Baghdad and all these places. God bless you. God bless you. And may anything. I just want to say this over you. I pray for release of these nightmares, these demons, these attachments. You did what you had to do. Whatever that was, and I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to drag you down memory lane of your nightmares. The idea is to get rid of it. You did what you had to do. First of all, you did what you had to do to protect us. You put your life on the line to protect us. Second, you did what you had to do to survive. Or you wouldn't be here right now. I'm sorry that you're going through this, but let me tell you, let it go. You're alive, and we're alive because of people like you. I tried to go in the military. I didn't have a GED. I went down and took the test. I missed the math question by 3 questions. I went back, missed again. The guy goes, "What is it with you and math?" I said, "I don't know. I tried to get my GED off of online, going down to the public library, taking the test. And when I went to take the final test, I passed everything. When I went to go take the final test, I missed it by 3 questions. Look at what I'm doing. 3, 3, 3. 3 times, missed it by 3 questions, 3 and 3. There's no coincidence. God didn't want me to go. I had enough demons. You know, I sometimes think about life and being in fear. That particular moment in my life, I believe God spared me. I really do. I believe God spared me because I didn't have fear to die. Now, stupid is that thought. It's very stupid. And if you want to go on there and go, yeah, it was kind of stupid. It is stupid. Because I'm about to tell you why it's stupid. Because you may go, well, you say all the time, you're not afraid to die. Well, I'm not afraid to die today. I wasn't afraid to die then either. Because I thought life was useless. I didn't think there was nothing in between. I have the fear of God. I fear that. I fear where God can send me. I don't fear what the devil can do, because I know my God is a mighty God. I know my Lord paid the ultimate price. I know there is no generational curse. The only generational curse we have is those who bring the generation curse with them. These children are like to use this. Well, my mother was an alcoholic. My dad was an alcoholic. Yeah. Well, my uncle was a raper. So does that make me go out and rape people? My uncle truly was not. He didn't rape people. I'm just saying. So does that give me the rights to go do it because they did it? My brother was a thief. Does that give me rights to go become a thief because it's a generational thing? No, 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 no. So anyways, I pray Jesus brings release, that you have peace, that you don't wake up in nightmares, you don't wake up seeing the horrible things, because let me tell you, you experience hell in a different light. My father, he would get drunk once in a while. He'd talk about Vietnam. Any other time he lived it, and you just got tossed around like a rag doll. So I totally get it. I totally get it. I would be walking with him, and a helicopter would come flying over, and he would tense up, and he'd just start shaking. And I'm like, Dad, it's okay. Dad, stop. Dad, look at me. Dad, stop. Dad, I'm right here. I'm your son. Stop. Because I know he would start yelling at gooks and all this stuff, and he'd just he literally would just pick you up and throw you. One time he threw me, and I landed on the ground, and he jumped on top of me and was like protecting my head. And he kept yelling, the rounds. There was none. It's a nightmare. But welcome home. Welcome home. See, when Vietnam guys come home, they didn't get that. They got spit on. They got bad language thrown at them. And really, it kind of amazes me. Because I remember one time seeing a bunch of people standing on the side of the road, and it was by a cemetery. So I pulled off, got out and standing in the line looking. I thought maybe it was a parade or something. I said, what are we doing? Oh, a soldier died, and then they're going to bury him. He's from Akron, Ohio. And I laughed. And I said, what's so funny? It's not funny. I said, why are you getting so mad at me? Because you're laughing at a soldier dying. I said, I'm not laughing at a soldier dying. I'm laughing at this. We will stand here and salute a person that cannot see us. Because do you want to be seen by the news over there? Is that why you're standing here? Because when they get off that plane and they're missing arms and legs, are you going down there to tell them, thank you for losing your leg, or thank you for losing half of your face? Heck no, we're not. But you're going to stand out here and salute a body. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's respectful. But if we can't respect the ones that are traumatized and work with them, instead they got to heal each other. Talking about fear, let's really continue on this. You know, there's so many people right now talking about the end times. Look out the window. Look at the Bible. The Bible clearly states, first of all, and I'm not on a kick, I'm just saying, first of all, no man should know the day or hour. If we're not going to know the day or the hour, but we'll know when it's upon our doorstep. We can look outside. He said, look at the skies. Just because events are happening, okay, that's great. He talked about floods. He talked about earthquakes. He talked about volcanoes erupting. He talked about the sicknesses. Yeah, we had the COVID. Yes, we have this. Yes, the moon's doing this. I have not yet seen it turn into a blood red. Not yet. Has anybody? I mean, seriously. the sun, had you literally stood there and watched, and I'm not talking about an eclipse, this is going to happen for a bit. Have you literally seen the sun turn black as sackcloth? No. Third part of it. I have spoke and I have written this down, and I know, and I'm not coming against it. I'm just saying there's so many false things. We know the Antichrist will come from the Middle East. Well, we know that they would be wicked. We know that they will come from just let me put it to you this way. So many people agree the false prophet is the Pope today. 2014, I started speaking about this. The Bible states we will know the name of the Antichrist. So far, is it the stuff people are saying? So, my opinion, it was a former president. The same person that's not running the presidency now, but is the scapegoat. Because if you really think Joe Biden, have you watched videos of this guy in there? Did you watch when he truly fell off that bike? Did you watch when he's falling up them steps? It is, people, there's no way you're going to see somebody jogging. There's no way you're going to see somebody driving a Corvette as fast as he did, jumped out of the Corvette. And then all of a sudden, I mean, yeah, people saying it could be Alzheimer's, beginning stage. And I'm going to tell you all tomorrow the winning lottery numbers, so go play it for Friday so you all can be billionaires. Well, that's impossible if we all play. Yeah, it's like Bruce Almighty. Can I win the lottery? Let me live it. Yes. He gave yeses to everybody, and then there was riots because everybody was mad because they only got $1. You probably wouldn't even get $1. Everybody played the lottery because they were going to win. There's billions of people on this earth. Think about it. A piece of paper would probably cost more than what you received. Fear is what's going on. People are worried about their children. Okay, well, I'm not coming against parents. I'm not coming against it. I'm just speaking the truth. Was you worried about them when they were growing up? Did you speak the Bible? Did they go to church? My children did. I didn't go to church. I should have. I wish I wasn't in. The devil kept me in a realm that I was not mentally sharp. I did everything to survive. I did everything to make it through each day. Every day for 20 some years. If it wasn't for children, I probably would have took my life. And I would have made sure I succeeded. And I think back then, most likely it would have probably happened. Because I wouldn't have called on Jesus. You think about every testimony I've done about dying or seeing heaven. Seeing heaven now, I don't have to ask. I just pray. What is heaven? If you could go into the presence with Jesus, and that's creepy. If you can go into the presence of Jesus, you're in heaven. You're in heaven. I went to a ministry once and went into the prisons. And now I'm jacked up myself, but they asked me to be a part of it. Why? I don't know. Maybe because today I can relate to a lot of this. The guy sat back and he goes, man, I got 3 life sentences. You think I give a crap what any of you are going to say? And I remember looking at him. He looks at me, and he goes, what? I said, nothing. I said, do you believe there's a hell? He said, no. I said, well, let me tell you about what I see. I told him about a little bit of experience of hell. He said, well, then, do you really believe this? I said, in my heart, it doesn't leave. Yes. A couple months later, because they would go every week, a couple months later, I went back, and the guy come up to me, he says, I gave my life to Jesus. And I looked at him, and I just like now, I laughed. I went, let me know how that works out for you. He goes, well, wait a minute. You believe in hell, but I said, I didn't say I didn't believe in Jesus. I didn't say I didn't believe in God. I just said it's there's too many what ifs with it. He said, well then, and now he's preaching to me. What do you mean there's too many what ifs? If you can go to hell and witness the things you've seen, how then can you not? I said, you're missing the point. I'm saying these people that go into that building are the biggest hypocrites I've ever ran across in my life. You people are more real than walking into a church. Well, later on, when I started reading Revelation, and I started reading about the churches, people just, I wonder if people that talks about the Philadelphia church, and these are the people that's going to be repping. So you're telling me God is looking at one particular group of a building, and them type, you do realize we are the church. We are the ones that make up the church, not the building. The building's just a building of rubble, nothing. If it had an earthquake and it crumbles, then it falls. The earthquake may take our lives, but it doesn't keep our life. Hell keeps your life. Hell keeps your life. You'll be in fear the rest of your entire miserable, unappreciated life. Because living the world's ways was more important, living a flesh day and doing whatever you wanted to do in the devil's playground, well, then you have at it. I spent too long on that merry-go-round until I finally got so dizzy I fell off, and I stood up and I go, I had enough of this ride. I told you guys a little bit ago, these videos aren't going to get any easier, because it's time to get up. It's time to wake up. It's time to expose in gentleness and love, expose some of these people that are claiming that they're hearing things and they don't want to listen to it. The people on these channels are just as, and some of them are claiming to be prophets, replying, well, I'm a prophet, Jesus gives me. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, and anybody watches this video, please, I know you may not comment on videos, you may think my videos are garbage. That's okay. It's okay, because some of them probably are garbage. Some of them are garbage. Some are beneficial. Some people relate to some videos. I think some are useless. Myself, I go back and watch a few of them, and I go, I shouldn't have done that. But now I'm playing God. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Sometimes a babbling baboon, you get more out of the baboon than you do out of the professor. Because you can relate to it. You can relate because I live everyday life. I don't live in a sheltered life, and most of these pastors do. Most of them grew up in church under the word, and I think that's why they spiritually fall asleep. I think they've done it so long they just forget where Jesus is. How much prayer time do you put in a day? Man, if you're not praying, I would say, and I don't take this wrong. Someone said to me, what do you think's more important, praying or reading? Prayer. So you're saying reading the Bible. I'm not saying, you said what is more important? Prayer. Because if I don't understand that word, it's useless. You might as well give me one written in Spanish. If I can't read it, I don't understand it, it's useless. But I can go to prayer and He will respond to me. I can go to prayer to God. he will respond to me. You'll eventually know the difference between their voices. You will definitely, because even if you start out and it sounds like you talking back to yourself, you know the old saying is don't answer it. Well, I say answer it, because you'll quickly know. You know why we go to prayer in silence sometimes? If you don't want the devil to know something, when we pray out loud over someone, the devil's listening. If we go into our spirits and pray, you know that meditation thing that everybody says it's demonic, because I'm demonic because I say I meditate into the word. Call me what you want. If I was demonic, I sure would not be on here teaching about Jesus. Now would I? Am I a deceiver? I eventually would have to have a purpose and a reason. I eventually have to say, here you go. Come on over here to this channel. I got another channel. Here, let me slide you the password, and you just use this password and come on over. No. Instead, I'm giving people my personal phone numbers. Instead, I'm giving people my personal emails. Speaking of which, someone's supposed to call me today. That's why I was looking at the time. I'm on Central Time, which they'll be calling real soon. So I'm going to have to end this. I'll do a part 2 on this, on fear. It's going to be called Fear and Fear Part 2. All right, guys, got to go.